My guest today is Clint Berry. Clint's a good friend of mine. He's also a board member of Communities in Schools, and that's why I've asked Clint to be with us today. Hello, Clint. How are you?
Great. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
We know that CIS has a gala coming up this fall, and I do want to talk about that. But first, let's talk about Communities in Schools, who they are and what they do. Tell us just a little bit about it.
Sure. Communities in Schools of Brunswick County is a nonprofit organization that is in partnership with the school system here in Brunswick County. Mm-hmm. They offer a lot of ancillary volunteer programs for the school system, for the children, and ultimately for the community. That includes our Action for Success Dropout Prevention, which is our flagship program, helping children that are at risk for dropping out of school. We also have teen court and peer court. Mm-hmm. We do parenting education, which teaches parents and children together, how to make the family work. Very insightful classes. They're 14 weeks. Great program for any parent. Sure. In addition, we have summer programs, summer camps, and in addition to that, we have the after-school programs, which we recently received a $2 million grant for working with after-school programs. Yeah, and we're ramping that up. We're very excited about that.
Maybe I should have said this first, but let's understand, or let's make sure our viewers understand the premise of CIS. Experts tell us, and we know, is that kids drop out early on in the first, second, and third grades, even though they may not leave the school system until 5 or 6 or 7 years later. But we can identify them at those early grades, and the overarching goal of Communities in Schools is to prevent those dropouts, to catch them early, to provide them with support programs, to see that they continue on in school and become productive citizens.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better. That's perfect.
That's what we want our viewers to know.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the gala, which is an annual event, perhaps the biggest and most prominent of all the annual events here in Brunswick County.
It is. It's a big event, and it's a lot of fun. It's been very successful here. I think it's looked forward to by many people in the county.
I used to say we have 600 of our closest friends that come see us that night.
Again, well said.
Now, let's give our viewers the date, and we'll mention it several times during this interview.
It's Thursday, October 24th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Dinah Gore Fitness and Aquatic Center at Brunswick Community College.
I have that on my calendar. Let's talk about the events that occur there. First off, we know that John Evans is kind enough to join us every year and serve as our very prominent MC.
Yeah, and he's a wonderful MC, a great person. I've been involved with him on a number of events, and the truth is he steps up every year, does a fantastic job. He's fun, and it's a great time for everybody.
He really does make it a great event.
He does.
Along with hundreds of others, of course.
Of course, yeah.
The Taste of Brunswick.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
The Taste of Brunswick is really almost an expo of the food in Brunswick County. We have restaurants that come every year. We have new restaurants that are adding all the time, and they essentially give us a spread of food from desserts to main courses to whatever their signature dishes are, and it is fantastic eatery.
All of which, of course, is included in the fee, which we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Certainly. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about that now. The cost of attending.
If you pay in advance, it's $100 per person. And if you pay at the door, it's $125.
All right. We want our viewers to know that those dollars go into the CIS coffers and ultimately result in programs for the same very children that we've been talking about.
Absolutely. It's an excellent, very efficient program. The money goes directly into the children.
There's several auctions that occur that night. I've been a part of those. Tell us about those.
We have a silent auction, a live auction sort of combo, lots of opportunities to purchase some great vacations, household, just an enormous, it's hard to describe. It's just a ton of options, both social, vacation trip, and actual items.
Here's something I just thought of. I've purchased items through the auctions.
Yes, sir.
but I've also donated items to be auctioned off. So let's remind our viewers that as to substantive items that they have that are of considerable value, if they're willing to donate those to CIS, we're happy to have them.
Absolutely, and it can be a material item, something that you're donating, a physical item, or it could be if you have a nice property that you would be willing to rent out or donate,
or services
that you would be willing to provide. Any of those categories work well in the auction.
Right. It's a Hollywood theme. Tell us about that.
It is. It's a Hollywood charity night. So it's that old MGM, old Hollywood glamour is the theme. That's the motif. We're going to have a lot of events. Everything's going to be organized around that theme. We're very excited about it. It was just a wonderful turn for us, sort of something different to do that I think will be a lot of fun. It's black tie optional, so I'm sure some of those suits and dresses will be, geared towards the old glamour style, and I think that's just going to add a little extra layer of fun to the event.
For me, it's probably the same tux I've worn, but for the ladies, I'll bet it's exciting.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about tux. They're pretty much the same.
Yeah, right.
Right.
You have some presenting sponsors that offer very substantial financial assistance to this event. Mention them if you will.
I would. I'd love to. Chris Lacoe of Highway 55, which was previously Andy's for people who aren't aware, is our presenting sponsor and was extremely generous in doing so, and we can't thank him enough for his generosity. We also have a great sponsorship with Cygnus Technologies, which was Ken Hoffman. He also stepped up to the plate and was extremely generous, and those are our two premier, with Chris Lacoe, of course, being our presenting sponsor.
Right. Along with dozens and dozens of other sponsors at various levels, all the way down to very small.
And there's still sponsorship opportunities from $250 to $5,000. All that's available on the website. The tickets are purchased there. It's www.cisbrunswick.org. Then if you go to that site, you can click on the links to the sponsorships or to the Gala.
Now, if it seems that I'm familiar with CIS, it is because I'm one of your greatest fans, one of your great supporters. The music is always great.
Yes.
I don't know the band, but you do.
The Andrew Thalen Big Band. They're very well known in the area. They're, in my opinion, the best big band in the region. I haven't heard one better.
Right.
And they provide great entertainment. It's beautiful. It's heard throughout. And especially with the theme being, the Hollywood Charity Night, it's just, I think it's going to be a perfect match.
Clint, for those who are unable to attend, we want our viewers to know that they can still support CIS in numerous ways.
Absolutely. Our website again is www.cisbrunswick.org, and you can go there and click on donations or sponsorships, and there's an opportunity there for you to contribute to CIS and or the Gala without being able to attend, for those who can't attend.
And very quickly, CIS has 600 or more volunteers.
Correct.
And they're always looking for people who are volunteering to support our children.
Absolutely. If you've got that drive or you feel the urge to go out and help, especially with children, CIS is an excellent resource. They provide wonderful volunteer training and can put you in almost any level in the school system.
Right.
We have volunteer programs in every single school with hundreds of volunteers.
That's good to know. For $100 per person, you get all of this.
Yes.
And it's tax deductible to boot.
Absolutely.
Hard to beat.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd beat it.
Just hard to beat. Anything else, Clint, that we need to talk about here today? I think we've covered most everything. Let's, again, tell our viewers the time and the place.
Absolutely. It's on Thursday, October 24th from 6 to 10 p.m., and it will be at the Dinah Gore Fitness and Aquatic Center at Brunswick Community College.
Clint Berry, thanks for being with us. I know it'll be a great success.
Thanks.